Well, honestly, I said it's fine.
So you're still debating, yeah.
Could be going here.
All right, it's 6:30 and I will call this meeting to order. Chairman's comments. I don't have any. George, you got anything? Did you do? Bill?
Nope.
Old business, nothing, and then Holt Lane will be first.
Comment at the beginning here?
Yeah, if you want it. Yeah,
I just had a quick thing I wanted to say.
Take a microphone.
please. Otherwise, the Zoom people that we
Yep.
ignore all the time don't hear.
Is it on? Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. Okay. So Gretchen Whitcomb, Mansfield Public Library trustees, just wanted to come quickly and say, we got the notice that we were being billed for the generator issue. And we would like to just say, we would love to revisit again in the fall, a trust fund to cover emergency maintenance or something appropriate. So I'm here to say that now, and then we'll be back in budget season to talk more about this trust fund, because it's just, I can't line item my budget and then have almost 2,000 in emergency expenses come out, because now I can't spend what I thought I was going to spend on other maintenance.
Okay, so this year we do have a $10,000 budgeted for town buildings.
You do?
Yes, so submit the bill and we'll put it where it belongs.
Interesting.
Uh,
So you're covered.
We
Hey.
did that last year. We put $10,000 in the account.
Okay.
And I've been trying to do this since I first got on the board
Well,
12
thank,
years
I'm
ago.
glad it happened. I was surprised because I got an email saying it was coming and I was like, not again. I want to buy this book drop.
I was surprised very much so when they finally gave it to me after 12 years, but we do have it. So, and I have some funds coming out of it for the firehouse, but that can definitely go into that fund because it's
Okay.
for town buildings.
I don't know if that's already gone through. That might be you.
It doesn't
Switching
matter.
things.
If it has gone through, she can always change
Yeah,
where
switch
it
it.
came from.
I'll figure it out. I'll ask Beth if she's gotten it and if it's gone, where it is. And then you might have to switch buckets.
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't want to pull it out of your budget, that's fine.
Thank
But we
you.
do have that, just in case. of
I think
things.
that's important,
I
right?
think it is too.
It,
And-
it
and-
smooths everything over so that people can spend the money that they thought they were going to spend on things and just,
Yep.
yeah.
Ken said we've talked about this for ages.
Cool. I talked to Kent after the generator failed and he's like, we've got to make it happen. Go talk to him in the fall. And I'm like, I'm going to tell him now. And then I'm going to remind him again in October.
We actually did it last budget season.
Okay.
So we do have that, and hopefully my concern is that we keep doing that every single year.
Yeah, you just got to fill it back up
We gotta
and
fill it
then,
back up, and it doesn't matter if we spent only $2,000, we still should put $10,000 a year in there
yep.
for something catastrophic that may happen to wherever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Then it's just there
so
and
we-
it,
And then it's just there, and then when we get to a cap, couple 100,000, we should just stop it.
Yeah.
And let it sit.
Yep.
It's not gonna hurt to sit there. We've done worse. We've been $2 million, $3 million ahead, and we let the money sit there
yeah, No.
until they got rid of it all, but.
Well, it does get interest though.
it does get interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Hope I made your day a little better. All right, so before we go on to the Holt Lane, can we, do you have anything pressing, or? Gary, did you have anything?
She's on the agenda.
Oh, okay. I read your letter that you, gave us. And believe me, I'd love to help everybody with taxes in this town, and that's what we do every year. We try and buy down everybody's tax rate. And, we've done it since I've been on the board. But it just so happens that the year you guys bought your house was the same year we did a 5-year eval. So we can't do anything with the taxes from that point. That's all Avatar, and that's the state, and it goes into a whole big other thing. So we did talk about this a couple meetings ago. And we would like to do something if you guys are willing to take over the road. I don't know how much we're willing to do, but we are willing to do something. If you guys want to get it paved, we can pay some portion of it. I don't know what that would be, but we would be open to that if you guys take over that as your permanent driveway.
I think this still has to go before town meeting
It would have
because
to.
It could be.
it's existing town road.
Yeah, and that could very well be, but we could do that in March.
That's
Well, but-
correct.
the thinking has changed just a little bit since since I sent you that letter. Would it be helpful if I kind of walk through, where we are
Sure.
Yeah.
at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So how much background do you all have on what's going on with Holt Lane and the various problems? Because it's mostly Kent who's been bringing these issues to our attention, and I don't know. Let me just go through it.
Yep.
And that way everybody's aware of all the issues, and we're willing to kind of go almost any direction you guys want to go, or the town wants to go. All right, so, obviously there's a town section, the portion of the road, which is the steep portion that goes up the hill under the trees and kind of to the turn and around the turn, and exactly where it stops, I'm not sure. And then there's the section of the road that is flat that goes past our house.
Mhm.
And the issues are a little different in the two sections, so it's probably easier to talk about them a little separately. So, and the issues, there's really basically two categories of issues. There's the washing out that happens every year, and then there's the plowing related challenges that Kent and his team have had. So on the washout, it seems to be getting quite a bit worse from what I understand from Tim Fisk, who's been kind of helping us because we're trying to evaluate the paving of a road, and he's an expert and we're not. So Tim came in, we got his help, and he's been helping us with it. And he explained that in the past, with the gravel section on the town's portion, he would have to 5 or 6 times a year put new gravel down, roll it so it was a little bit graded, and then that helped at least limit and prevent some of the run out. It's really steep.
Mhm.
Since we moved in May, that hasn't happened. I mean, not at all. And a year ago in May. So what, 15 months or whatever it is now, 16 months. So what's happened is each time it first it started with the snows, and then each rain afterwards, it basically just washes, because there's no gravel left almost. It just washes it down the road into that wetlands at the bottom, into the creek that goes under West Road.
Mhm.
And we've tried to stay on top of it. We've tried to get dirt. It's mostly dirt now, not gravel. Trying to get the gravel back out of that area. We're worried about that. I'm afraid it's just not good. And we've had somebody come out. We put the dirt back on. We have somebody come in and sort of rake it, I guess, with the implement behind a tractor, which I need to get. And it just doesn't do anything, because the next time it rains, it just washes right back down the hill again. So I think there are two options for the town portion of the road, what is now the town portion of the road, the steep section. We keep doing what we're doing, but we have to gravel it. I mean, it's been a long time. It needs some gravel. It needs to be compacted, and it needs to be graded. And there's some real serious ruts now on both sides, and that's where a lot of the dirt's washing out and down the road. So I think kind of regardless of which direction you all want to go in and we decide to go in, that has to happen again pretty soon. Can't explain that the reason that wasn't happening was that the trees that are over the road were too low. And the previous owners, I guess, were reluctant to kind of trim those back. So we've done that. We hired Eric Foley, who you all might know. He came out, he trimmed them back. If they're not trimmed back enough to get the equipment in, we'll trim it some more. We don't want to kill them if we can help it. They're pretty. People like them. People drive up the driveway and take pictures of them. We like them. But I think it's okay now, and I think it can be re-graveled again, and maybe we could just get it back at least into some kind of shape while we figure out a bigger solution. So that's sort of, if it stays gravel, the lower section. The alternative is paving, which I know you all, I mentioned it in my letter. I've talked to Tim about that. I think he's talked to Kent, maybe talked to some of you, I'm not sure. But we've met with Tim numerous times about it. We brought in some paving companies, JDK and Shattuck. They looked at it. They've come up with a plan to prevent it from washing out, which involves paving it, putting in riprap drains down the sides, then loaming outside of that and putting grass on it. So it's very expensive. And it's a lot of work. And we know that's going to fall largely on us. We get that. We're hoping we can find some way for the town to contribute something to that. But that's what's going to happen. Or the alternative is the gravel, which we're okay with, but it just has to keep being done every year. That's the problems really on the lower section, the town section. But the problems on the top section are related, and I'll explain. So on the top section, there's not any runoff to speak of. It's the plowing related stuff. Kent has also, his equipment doesn't get up the road to gravel. It also doesn't get up the road very easily to plow. It's the tree problem at the bottom. We've taken care of that, I hope, and if we haven't, we will. The top section, the plowing issues are a little different. So the main problem that Kent brought to our attention is that at a certain point, that's our road.
Mhm.
And there's just a reluctance to pave road that doesn't belong to the town, which we get. The problem is that where the town road ends is our front yard. And if Kent was turning his heavy equipment around, he'd be turning his heavy equipment around. The only place he could do it is in our yard,
Mhm.
which that's a lot to ask,
Mhm.
especially when it feels like for 20 years it's worked to just go another several hundred feet up, turn around and come back down. The other problem he's mentioned is that road up on that top section is kind of narrow because it's between the road, the yard and the sprinkler system we inherited
Yeah, the stone wall and the fence too.
and the fence.
Yeah.
I think we might be able to widen it a little bit. I haven't actually talked to the road company about that, but we can't widen it much. But if that's one of the problems that Kent and his team are having, we'll do what we can to try to get that sorted out too. We want to get this solved.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, it really will involve Kent continuing to go all the way up and turn around and come back. Because I don't think anybody really would be excited about having the equipment turning around in their yard.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's on the gravel side.
I used to plow that route and what we used to do is go past the driveway.
Yep.
And then turn around right there.
That's
the
what they've been
biggest
doing.
spot that was open because our equipment couldn't go any farther.
Right.
We would push back as far as we can and then we would come back down the other side of the road.
And that's perfect.
But it was always a journey to get up there and get down in
Right.
one piece.
No, I know.
Yeah,
But I'm guessing that the problem is more on the steep downhill section and not at the top. Like once you get to our section, it's pretty flat. It's
Once you get-
narrow, but
yeah.
it's pretty flat.
well, there is a related issue up on that end, and we've been ignoring it. So some years ago, the town used to plow everybody's driveway.
Yeah.
The state and the insurance company said, no way. So technically, we are not allowed to have town equipment go onto your property.
Right.
Private
We're,
property.
yeah, on the private property. So that's an issue that we've been
All right.
ignoring.
Well, that seems solvable too. I mean, it feels like we could grant the town permission in some way and absolve the town of any kind of responsibility. Look,
Yeah,
we'll
there had to be
do
something like that, some kind of,
anything that we can come up
indemnity.
with, we'll explore. When you all tell us which direction you generally inclined to go, or the town is. The other problem, the last one, with the plowing issue is if we paved it, if we paved the road, what Kent said to us when I mentioned that to him is that he can't guarantee that his equipment wouldn't tear up the newly paved road.
yeah.
And if that's the case, then it feels like paving is kind of a non-starter because it's so expensive, it makes no sense to pave it and then the equipment tear it up. What I haven't talked with Ken about is there some configuration of pavement? I'm guessing it's more expensive than the quotes we've gotten, but is there some configuration of paving that would allow his equipment to pave it without damaging it? Maybe it has to be plowed without,
Yeah.
without damaging it. Maybe it has to be a little bit wider. He hasn't explained to me what would be torn up, but that is what he said to me.
It
So,
depends on what equipment he's thinking of using. And if he's using the big grader, yeah, forget it. And it's almost impossible to fit it up there anyway.
Generally, we use the front loader
Yeah, the front end loader.
up there.
Yeah.
But even that. at some point, That's a
Historically,
lot of weight on
that
that
road
road.
used to go all the way up to the tree line
Yep.
because it was a dairy farm. And the guy had his dairy barn was right close to the woods there.
right.
And so the
Right.
milk trucks would come up every morning and they'd get milk from all the different dairy farms in Temple, which there were 9 or 10 of them at the time.
Right.
So hoods would drive up and with a big tank truck and pick up all the milk from the different dairy farms.
I wish we'd seen it. We
Yeah.
haven't even seen any pictures of the old farm yet, but we're looking.
Well, regardless of all these issues, the
Yeah.
town road should be being maintained because it's a town road.
Well, I'm sorry, if I can just build one last point,
Yeah.
just responding to what Ken said at the beginning about taking it over. That's exactly where we thought we were supposed to be headed.
Okay.
Kent made that very clear from the beginning. He said there's a lot of resentment in town about the fact that that's town road.
And just to make it clear, it's not just that road. There are others in town that
Understood.
wants to discontinue as well.
He said that.
So we're not just picking on that one piece of
We
road.
get it. We totally get it. But I will say this, it's kind of interesting because we understood that and that's what we were assuming would be part of the outcome here. In the first year that we were here, nobody ever said anything to us about being unhappy that the town owned that road. It's interesting. The only reason I raise that is since word's gotten around that we might be taking it over, we've gotten a lot of feedback from people and it's uniformly negative. The direct feedback we've gotten from a lot of people is they like to come up the road, which we know is in fact true because during the fall, especially, we get a constant stream of cars coming up, which is fine with us, which is great with us because how we've met a lot of people. And it's not just people in town, by the way, it's people who get drawn off the main road because of the trees and come up and take pictures. So the people who have said to us anything directly about it have said, that's going to be a really unpopular idea. I'm wondering if we can find a way to bring the cost that the town is incurring down for maintaining the road. If that's maybe the reason, if people are upset about the town owning it, it's probably related to the cost. So if we can find a way to bring the cost of maintaining it down, like for example, by paving it, and that largely goes away and people can still come up the road, and this town still gets the compensation from the state for maintaining that part of the road. I'm wondering if that's not the better outcome because we do not want to show up here and make people mad. I mean, the indirect feedback we're getting, that people are telling us directly, we like coming up your road. What they're telling us indirectly is, and by the way, there's a fair amount of discontent around here that you guys have just moved into town and you're talking about closing your road down.
Well, I haven't heard any of that. I've heard the opposite.
You've
But
heard the
that's been
opposite?
going on for years.
People,
It's been quite a long time
Yeah.
since we've, I gotta say, it's at least 6 or 7 years ago when we tried to shut that road as long as probably a half a dozen other roads in town that are pretty much on private property.
Yeah.
So the town really has no, but now we have to maintain them, now we have to plow them. And a lot of them, like your hill, is quite challenging at times, especially when it's icy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much when you can just pull up there with chains and snow and just push. That's not as bad, but when it gets icy, trying to get back, it's not going up the hill, it's going back down the hill.
right.
And you know, you can't just do that once. You can't come in and sweep and just go down once. You gotta go back and forth on that, you know, really steep part. That's the big
At
challenge.
one point, the town wanted to have a turnaround just before you turn into your driveway.
Yeah.
But the lady that owned it didn't want to put more money into having a turnaround there. And it was kind of nice because the town had to plow the driveway in order to turn around.
Yeah. No, I understand. I mean, the option of, the equipment turning around in our front yard is not exciting to us. I mean, I hope everybody
Right.
understands we're not trying to be unreasonable, but there's a reason we bought here in such a pretty place. And that just doesn't seem like, I hope that's not the way this has to go.
Yeah, and that's why we eventually, you know, that's why we kept going all the way up past the house and past the
Right.
garages and made sure that we were out and
Right.
turned around. But again, the whole plowing thing with the private property and the insurance company saying we can't go on private property anymore.
Right. So, but if we do work out some kind of indemnification, then that would be fine.
I would think so. And I would hope that, we don't have any kids in school in the area. I mean, our taxes are not going to anything directly for us. I mean, that one additional section of a couple of 100 feet of going past our house and coming back is really the only quasi-direct benefit that we're getting. And look, I understand the tax issues. Our taxes are going to all kinds of things for the whole community, and we understand that. I'm not resentful about that at all. But A lot of people in town are getting something that's a little bit more direct, and the kids going to school and things of that nature. We're not. And it just feels like this idea that, you know, we would just plow another couple of 100 feet, turn around and come back. We just asked the town to consider that. Consider doing that.
I'd like to give this to Avatar and have them take a look at it and see if there's some way we can give you a reduction in taxes or something like that.
Yeah,
But
taxes-
they always give us a lot of advice.
Yeah, doing a tax.
Plus you gotta
abate-
worry about the can of worms we're gonna open
Yeah.
up with that as well.
This doesn't qualify for what a tax abatement is for,
Right.
which is why we were running into problems with that. But Avatar is the assessing company, as I'm sure you know.
We do.
Yeah.
We
and,
do.
We can ask Evan if he's got any ideas, see what he has to say.
Well, my thinking is that maybe a couple of things. One is if we could get the road just back to where it should be, just so we can get up and down it and the stuff's not washing down every time it rains, that would be great. And we've taken the trees up, which I think Kent said was the reason that couldn't be done for the last year.
Yeah, I talked to Ken a few weeks ago and he said he thought the road was okay, but apparently it's not. I should go over there and take a look at it, I guess.
I don't know what it was like before. Tim Fisk is the one who's telling us this is not good. He said he used to have to do it 5 or 6 times a year to keep it from washing out. It hasn't been done since we got there.
Mhm.
I mean, other than us shoveling stuff back up onto the road, which as you can imagine is useless.
Right.
So I feel like we've got to get it back into some shape before it's gone.
Well, again, it's a town road, so
It's
the
a town road
That's
and
huge.
state's compensating the town to take care of it and all the rest of it. So, and then on the broader issue, I don't know if you all have, as you sit here, kind of a direction you'd like to go. If you like the gravel in the current situation, then I guess if we can get it back to where it's gravelled regularly, and then we'll do the top. That's obviously on us. We'll gravel it, we'll compact it, we'll grade it, we'll keep it from eroding. We'll see if we can make it a little bit wider, if that helps with Kent's, equipment coming up and back. That's if we gravel. If we pave, again, we understand that would fall mostly on us. We'd like to talk about what that would look like from the town's perspective. We're willing to consider doing that, even though it's going to be very expensive, but not if it's going to get torn up when Kent plows it, which means we'd have to sit down with Kent and understand what the road would have to look like as a paved road, which would solve the washout problems, what it would have to look like for him to be able to plow it without tearing it up.
I know one thing he said to me is that the standard driveways are 11 feet. And that's a bit narrow for
Yep.
some of the equipment, but I mean, I don't think you should put a highway in there either.
Right.
So,
Right. He didn't give us a width about what would work. And if he gives us a width that would work and it wouldn't tear it up, then we can go back to these road companies and we can get a bid. And we can come back and we can sort of figure out, is there a way to, I don't know, if the town can do something that's reasonable, maybe, even if it can't abate taxes.
Well, we're certainly willing to work with you here.
Well, we appreciate that. And we're trying to be open to anything, as I hope you can tell. That's it from us. I guess the next step would just be, should I talk to Kent about getting back on the schedule to get it gravelled, or?
I think we can do that now, but I think in the meantime, what we do is we want to come up with a plan between you guys and Kent to figure out what the best route's going to be and how we're going to do that. And I don't want to put a crunch time on this, but we really only have till December something or other. Maybe it's January, the end of January is sign up. So I think it's middle of February to have a warrant ready for town meeting in March.
Like
And if we don't have it, we gotta wait another year.
Yeah.
But you're talking about for taking over the road.
No, well, for both, kind
Okay.
of, whatever's gonna be the best route for it, our portion, your portion. You guys giving, taking over the road, or we keep plowing it and then the rest of it gets done. However that works out to be.
Right.
Okay.
It might require a warrant article, but once we figure out what we're gonna do, then we'll pass
Okay.
it by legal and find out.
So should we keep looking at the paving option? Is that something that you think
I
the
would
town
at
is
least get
interested
a
in?
couple more bids to see where we're at.
Okay,
And you want to make sure that they're putting down 2 inches of binder.
They are.
Okay, so you
They are.
put 2 inches of binder, which is a coarser stone in the asphalt itself. And then usually in 5 to 8 years, you put a 1 inch
Yep.
pea stone cover over it. And that usually takes care of everything, gives it time to
Yep.
crack and do whatever it's gonna do, as long as you seal the cracks and keep the water out from underneath it.
Yep.
It's
That's the typical driveway.
That's the
width.
driveway number, but we might have to go wider than that for Kent to be able to plow it.
Right, and it's 11 feet because the hard top machines they use do an 11-foot section. For highways, they make multiple passes.
yeah, and I don't know how wide the plow is that we put on the front end loader, but I know when you go up there, it's you're either waiting for the stone wall to get crushed or you're waiting for the fence to go whoop down the hill. You know, so it's a fun challenge to get up there, turn around and come back.
All right, so we'll work with Kent to try to figure out what's possible.
And if you need us for anything in the meantime, you can send Carol something. She can send it to all of us
Okay,
so
Yeah.
that we're all we all stay in the loop.
sure, sure.
So we all know what's going on.
Well, I will say, I wish Kent were here because I'd love him to tell you his own views directly. What he has said to me is, my impression is Kent is of the view that it's Harmon's take over this road, period, hard stop.
Yeah, and that's.
He would like that, yes.
I get that. I get that. We're betwixt and between, right? I mean, we
Yeah.
unwilling to make a lot of people in town mad right when we first move here. And there's a lot of other issues on that too. We've got an easement we got to sort out. This is complicated.
Yeah.
So, we'll keep looking at the pave option. We'll work with Kent about what kind of road parameters he'd need to be able to plow it. And we'll maybe come back to you together and tell you what we think and see how much it's going to cost.
Yeah, I think we should all be together with Kent, the whole thing, and
Okay.
all work this thing out. We can do that next meeting maybe.
And
Or,
if we have to have a special meeting, we can.
yeah, we can always do
We can
that
do
too, yeah.
Okay.
The other thing I'd like you to do is get a hold of the town co-op, the snow plowing co-op,
Yep.
and find out how much they would charge to plow your driveway. And I understand that your property value is huge, so it's gonna be a big number.
It's almost $4,000.
But that's gonna be back and forth too, because that may give you a little more credit towards something else that we don't, that whatever we agree on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that number is kind of important because whether we do it or whether somebody else does, I mean, that's gonna be the cost. And the problem, and the co-op is a great thing, I mean, especially, but even before when we did town plowing, they didn't have 4 inches, we didn't plow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. And they're still the same way. And then if we have 6 inches of snow and none of the ground's frozen yet, that's where you get all the road failures because you're scraping off the whole top of the road when you're trying to take the
Yep.
snow off.
Yep. Well, and one thing is we can be more, at least for our part of the road, we can be a lot more flexible, right? Because we'll just make it work. We'll be on the B list. We'll be low priority. We already are, but we'll be even lower priority.
Yeah.
And we will, find a way to get down the road. If the bottom of it is plowed, I don't know. We'll work this out with Kent, or we'll try. And we'll come back with some options and see which way you all want to go.
Well,
That
like
makes
Bill
sense?
said, I think it's a good idea that we're all here with Kent as well.
Yeah, so we're
So
getting
if we want to set
everybody's
up-
on the same
If you
Okay.
want
page.
If you want us to raise it with him, not raise it with him, then you want to just meet together
You-
the next time?
can let him know that that's what we plan on doing and see if he can make the next meeting, which
Okay.
is 2 weeks away.
Yep.
Or it could be 3.
Okay.
Almost a 3-minute meeting.
So, but again, I mean, the whole thing is to try and get this to February so we can, if we have to do a warrant or we have to do some kind of agreement that we want to
Okay.
get it done before town meeting.
Okay.
Because otherwise you gotta wait another year. And
Okay.
then we're back here again and going over the same thing over and over.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to Ken about how wide it needs to be for his plows to get up there without tearing it up. And then that way I can go back to these road companies and get an estimate that's based on what it would actually have to look like. Because right now it's on an 11-foot driveway, and I think I'm hearing that probably won't work for the town equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And
personally, what I did, because we had got a almost 500-foot driveway, it would have cost a fortune to have it plowed by the co-op. I paved it and I plow it, but it's not a town road. So I don't have to worry about that part, but It's great fun to get out there in 3 feet of snow and.
We've been
blood
doing it.
in a
We've been,
blizzard.
actually, we have a driveway up there, which I plow, but it's not the road.
Yeah, it
Um,
is fun until you get to that steep part where
Yeah.
it goes down that hill. And you
Right.
got 2 ways to go, but you gotta pick the right one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
We'll try and set you up for the next schedule. Hopefully that'll work for you. If it doesn't, please let Carol know as soon as you can, so we can
Okay.
make a date that we can all get together.
Yeah,
Right, we can
do
call
you
a
know the
special
date?
meeting
Okay,
Yeah, and we can call a
anytime
special meeting
with a
if we have
few
to.
days' notice.
August 12th. Yeah, that should work. August 12th should work.
Okay.
We'll be back. Okay, thank you
you
very
for coming
much.
in.
Sure.
Really appreciate it. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
You're gonna have to give it to her now.
There it is.
All the batteries dying.
Put the battery out.
All right, I got another one. August, ready to go. Nice to meet you guys.
See you soon.
All right, so next on our agenda, we have Bookkeeper, Veterans Day, holiday for highway, Aflac insurance, and town seal.
Yeah, I
I
have
am-
a mortgage board.
Well, I guess I'm curious of 2 things.
Yeah.
Is why, well, I know kind of why we would want it for veterans, but you can let me know why you think the highway should get it, because we have the 8 or 9, how many holidays do we have?
I cannot remember how many holidays we have.
We've got all the federal ones and state ones, so
I don't think we have them all, but we have quite a few.
No, I
but
don't.
all the mandatory ones we have.
Yes.
Have the,
Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm bringing this up is that 2 of our highwaymen are veterans. So it's their specific day and that's just something that I was thinking would be a good thing for them.
okay.
So, yeah, and the cost to the town would be, in terms of earnings per day as well as taxes and fees, it would be $4,500. So,
I don't have a problem with adding it, but is there a process we have to get that done, or can we do that here?
I would think we could do that here.
I would think so as well. It's just an amendment to the town
Policies.
policies.
yeah.
Is that
And
regarding
procedures.
Veterans Day?
Hmm?
Is that regarding Veterans Day?
Yes,
I thought that was paid holiday.
No, we have Memorial Day.
yeah, we have Memorial Day.
Yeah.
But I don't think Veterans Day was on there. I know we have a lot of holidays, but we don't have them all. But I thought we had at least the 9 that,
I
you know,
think
the
they're
government
9.
says that was supposed to happen. And I don't think Juneteenth was in there either.
No.
Not that I would be, I'm gonna shut up now before I put my,
Yeah, there's a lot that weren't in
Yeah,
there
right.
either, but like I don't think we have President's Day. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, Veterans Day is just really important to me. That's, and we should honor the fact that at least 2 of our highwaymen right now have been in the service. So,
no, that's always a Monday. Do we have that day off?
It's always on whatever day the 11th is.
yeah, it's the 11th, so that's a Tuesday.
So it's different every year, right?
Oh, maybe we
Yeah.
turned that into one of the Monday holidays. Huh.
I know.
Hmm.
We do have the floating,
It's
when we
working.
have a floating
got
holiday
floaters?
as well,
2 floating.
2 floatings.
Yeah, we do. I don't know. I just wanted this one to be official. I just feel more passionate about this one than, say,
Policy, we just have to state that when these people leave and we hire other people that aren't veterans, do they not get it?
No, they have to be every.
Well, they're full-time, so that's the thing, is that they would get it. I mean, we don't offer any,
She's just
I mean,
offering, she's just saying for the highway people to get Veterans Day, not the other full-time employees. So if those highway people
Oh.
leave and they're not, and the people that come on board are not veterans, then we gotta remember to take that holiday away.
well, I mean, aren't they the only full-time employees?
no, that's not what you do. You give them the holiday, but it would be any full-time. It wouldn't necessarily be because they're a veteran. You can't, I don't think we can do that.
Right. Would be all full-time employees would get it off.
That would be,
employees.
Yeah, I said highway, but I mean, I just take for granted that that's all the full timers unless we count.
No, I mean, you don't even have to be full-time, no, I get holiday at my. It's over, whatever it is, it's in the policy though, but I do get holidays.
I think it's over 32 hours, but
I'm not
Um,
full-time, but I get my schedule is 6 hours on a Monday. If it's a Monday holiday, I get 6 hours for Monday holiday.
Yeah.
So there's at least me,
Yeah, and I'm
You-
not sure about Stacy. No, I don't do enough hours.
Yeah,
Well, we would set it up the same way we set up all these holidays. You know, if you're only working 20 hours a week, you
right, so
wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
your estimate there would just change. If we give it to more people, it's gonna cost.
Right.
so, I mean, I
Yeah,
hate to
and I
do
can do
this,
that
but
for
let's
you.
ask legal what we need to do this. And, I would like to see it done before November 11th,
Yes.
if we can.
Yeah, so we've got some time.
Yeah,
And we need to review our current policy and figure out how to fit it in there. So, okay,
yeah. And I think it would just be an amendment to that
Right.
page.
including that as one of the holidays. it's
Right.
covered, Yeah,
Correct. And if we can do it without a town meeting, I think we should.
yeah, we can. It's just a policy.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, more and more. And again, the only thing we offer anybody that's full-time is insurance.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, granted, it's a great deal because it's 100%, but one holiday, if it's only $4,000, it's not gonna bankrupt anybody.
Yeah, and again, I love veterans and I also just love that we have two on our staff, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they work for it. They deserve it.
Yes, they absolutely do.
Mm.
Anything else on that? They got Aflac insurance and then a town seal.
Yeah, so town seal really quickly. I looked into this last year. We don't have, I mean, we do have one. It's just a little more boring. And the ones that like, have you seen the highway trucks that have their
That's
logos?
the actual logo, same as the fire department's
Yes.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I was looking and trying to figure out who had them. Tim Fisk said that Don Kramer designed it. And yeah, he just made it up, but it's not like an official logo or a town seal or anything. So I didn't know if we could be interested in pursuing getting a logo or a town seal.
Absolutely. You want to head that committee up or that?
I will head the search committee for somebody to head it up.
Okay,
Okay, well, then it's your gig. Figure out who you can get on this committee and talk one of them into it and come up with a seal for us and,
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like a pink dolphin. Are you guys ready for this?
oh yeah.
Or like
Well,
sparkles and
honestly, how does anything else in town get done? But that's a problem when we put a whole bunch of people together, but hopefully you guys can work it out and we can get something
okay.
done.
And then Aflac, I had a representative come and talk to me about different types of insurance. It's the employer doesn't really pay, it goes out of the employee's paycheck. I didn't know if it would be something that you guys would want to offer or, just give the option for, but there's critical care protection, cancer protection, accident insurance, and like any part-time employee could get it. I'm not sure what their total rates would be, but yeah, if you want to find out more about it, I can put together like a bigger presentation.
all right, so this was something we just offer to employees. The town's not gonna
Yeah,
pay for it, yeah.
yeah,
And if it is something that the town wants to add to the benefits that we have now, we can present that at town meeting to see if we can sign off on it in the budget and everything else.
Right.
Depending on the cost.
What about our current insurer? What do they offer?
school care, I don't know, actually. I've never seen, this was like one of those things that they were offering for part-timers.
Okay,
Yeah, Aflac is going around a lot of the towns and talking to people about this, so I was like, sure. But yeah, I don't know if school care would offer something.
I don't know. I mean, they cover a huge number of towns
Yeah.
in the state, so
Yeah.
I would think they'd have something, but,
Yeah, I can ask them.
okay, yeah, yeah.
So-
Yeah, if you want to do that and put a package together for us next time so we can compare and see what we're gonna do and then see which route we have to go.
Okay, that
Fig-
sounds like fun.
Well, you like coming to meetings, huh? You get all the stuff piled on you.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, number 5's been canceled. I did go, skipped over number 3, but I talked to Christy Hannigan, who is the owner of, The Root, which is number 3 on our old business.
Yep.
I talked to her. She still owns it. She's renting it to the Flyaway Bakery. And they're running it now. So, she does understand, and she said that she would, very soonly be going down and getting a, ZBA application. Thanks, Kara. And, trying to get that updated so that she can get a commercial
Okay.
variance or, what's the other thing? Exception
Okay.
for that building
Cool.
so that they can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 on our agenda is Monadnock Security. I asked Carol to put this on the agenda because it's still not done.
Good grief.
Carol still can't talk to this building, can't talk to the library, can't talk to highway.
It's gonna come back down again on Friday and try and troubleshoot it again, and he has in the past. I tested it, I thought it was working because your fob actually turns the light to green and it clicks, but it doesn't open the door. Cause there's something with the connection, and our connections only work at the town buildings, they. Can't get the connections to work with these other buildings, so he's gonna come in on Friday and look at it again.
Well, it's annoying that, we contracted with Monadnock Security to make this work and them saying, oh, it's not our fault.
Yeah, and then I had to add a new person for Kathy Jolie being the new deputy town clerk.
Uh-huh.
So I had to call him again and say, I've got a new person, I entered in the portal, which makes the fob work, it activates the fob. But they used to do something on their end to make it for them, people to be able to put their code in and lock up when they leave, because it's a separate thing.
Okay.
So now they want to send a person out because they can't do it anymore, so I made them just show me how to do it, and like gave me instructions. So I was able to set it up on the keypad myself, so at least I don't have to pay
Okay.
them to keep coming back.
I don't
to
think
set
my
me-
fob works. It didn't used to work and I haven't used it in ages, but I should try it out.
It should, Bob should let you
My
in.
father's
and
always
just
worked down there. It doesn't do nothing up here, but it
Yeah.
does work down there.
Code into a 2 to get out,
Okay.
lock it up, but yeah, we'll see if Ed can come up with anything Friday.
Hmm.
All right, if they don't, please let me know and I will call and see what we can work out with them. Cause somebody's gotta be on top of this, and
Yeah.
should have been done a long time
Yeah.
ago, but.
Mhm.
Next, we have a building permit for 69 Kullgren Road. If anybody knows anything, that's the old, my brain doesn't work.
I'll,
Travis and Laura Woodbury, the one that was, staying there with all the junk in the yard on Kullgren Road that they
Yeah.
were all complaining about. Well,
Yeah.
evidently he's finally got kicked out and moved, and so somebody else bought it and they're fixing it up. And they just want to renew the permit that was issued in 2000 with up-to-date cost for the garage, 2-car garage and a 14x15 mudroom,
Okay.
which was in addition to the house, and we don't require anything for remodel, so that wouldn't be an issue with the, whatever they do inside the house, other than changing one circuit of the electric.
And you can change one circuit without.
You can change one circuit by yourself, but you're supposed to get a permit for anything else.
Right. So they're actually trying to refurbish that house. I mean, that
Yeah.
thing was
Yes, yeah, I was trying to fix it up.
God, that was a tear down
the renovation company.
10 years ago.
Fix it up, sell it.
Yeah, I mean, I was under this,
It's already-
under the understanding it was in pretty bad condition as well, but.
Yeah.
I see things other people don't see in buildings, and I bought one that was worse than that, and it actually didn't come out too bad.
Huh. Cool.
All right, anything else on that permit?
Nope.
Before we do minutes, do we want to talk about the special town meeting? We got a article from the Ledger that says that, who was it,
Lime.
Limeboro?
No, Green, no. What is it? What's the other town? Francistown.
Francistown, had a town meeting, they did the same thing, they didn't have their,
90-day supervisor.
90
checklist.
days supervisor of the checklist. So, and somehow they got it done, but our lawyer still says that we should do that in the meantime.
Municipal Association does too.
Okay, so, and, our school rep and his wife really says we should do something and get this done rather than ignore it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's okay with you guys, I would like to get this process going as to, ask the supervisors of the checklist to have a meeting. Put it on their, agenda. And let's get a date for it and get it done because we just look bad in the school, we look bad in the
Yep.
town here,
Yep.
as well as all the other towns that are trying to do it the right way.
Yeah. Hey, Carol, Joe said he had a checklist for this sort of stuff. I asked him for it weeks ago and never got anything from him.
He did send it to us one time, didn't he, Carol? Because
What?
that's where I said that we didn't have that. I thought he said we had, and that was part of the checklist, was that 90-day thing for the,
Yeah, well, it turns out it's not 90 apparently, but I mean, nobody can agree on this, so I don't care. We'll just go with what the municipal association said.
yeah. So, George, what are your thoughts?
My thought is to get it done.
Yeah.
Susan said that there was an email from Joe Driscoll
Yep.
saying he had a problem with parts of it. And I just barely got it before the meeting tonight.
This is what Driscoll said. When we sent him the article from the Ledger.
So we
These
just
are all
have to
done.
have a meeting, supervisor of the checklist.
90 days, supposedly 90 days, but
90
he's got. George, but Bill, you said it doesn't have to be 90 days.
Yeah, the municipal association sent the RSAs and it says between 6 and 21 days before.
Oh, you said 21 to something before.
Yes, 20, no earlier than 21 days, no closer than 6 days.
66.
6.
Okay. All right, so I'm willing to do that. How about you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that into operation. Carol, can you let them know that the supervisors of the checklist, we need a meeting?
But we have to schedule it no sooner than 3 weeks before the real one or something. Really need to find that stupid checklist and
Yeah,
To figure out what date they're gonna do it, and then we'll come up with the date for the meeting.
yes.
Sure.
and they can come up with a reasonable date.
I mean, I wish we hadn't got into this mess in the whole beginning of it, but
Yeah. Petition warrant article, nothing we can do about it.
all right, so I'll make that motion that we do that and have a town meeting as soon as we possibly can. And we will keep everybody apprised of that next meeting where we're at. Anybody have anything else before minutes?
No, we haven't done it.
George, you got anything else for minutes?
I have no problem with minutes.
I had no problem with the minutes either.
Me either.
Motion to accept as written.
Second,
All those in favor? Aye.
I
Any other business for the board?
move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone.
Turn this thing off in a second. here. Okay.